Hi everyone, Coach is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Mark Berman.
Yeah, Tom, to do a second night of a back-to-back on the road against a good team, I mean, how impressed are you by this one?
Well, you gotta bring the energy and the commitment to win. And so I thought our guys were excellent in terms of preparation. We got in late or early this morning, and just being ready to go at the start of the game. We started off slowly the first couple of minutes, but then I thought our starters did a good job. I thought Elford's ball pressure really got us going. And then, we built a good lead in the third. We struggled a little bit in the fourth, but we found a way to win. So, whatever we have to do to get the wins, it's hard to win on the road. Defense, rebounding, that team puts a lot of pressure on you. Transition, attacking the paint. So you have to get back. You got to get set and got to keep the ball out of the paint. And then they have great length and versatility defensively, and they can turn you over. And I thought our guys did a good job with that as well.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, early in the fourth quarter, or midway through the fourth quarter, I guess, you pulled Derrick, brought in Alec, and Alec gets hurt right away. And Derrick looked like he was struggling a little, and then comes back in a minute later and seemed to turn things on to another level. What did you see from him there?
Well, we just knew where we were in terms of, trying to get guys in and out. So, I thought, we didn't have a lot left in the tank, so we were just trying to manage it as best we could. And but I like the mental toughness of our team. And so, Anderson hit the 2 threes, and that sort of, brought the lead down. And then we knew it'd be a fight after that. So that's what I liked. I liked the toughness of the team, the perseverance, and just finding a way to get it done. I knew Alec is his first game back, and I thought he did some really good things. But his timing's still not there. It'll get there. I thought Norvell gave us really good minutes. RJ had a good stretch for us to help carry us. We needed everyone, and when we got that, just Taj's, that matchup with Valanciunas is a very difficult one because you're in a lot of pick and rolls, so you have to be up, then you have to get back, and you got to try to keep them off the board. And it just required an unbelievable amount of effort, and that's the great value in Taj is you're going to get more than one effort on every play. There's going to be 2, 3, and 4 efforts from him, and that's what it takes to win. There's no stat for that, but that's why he's so valuable to the team. And then I thought Norvell just being ready to go, when his number was called. So we needed his minutes, and he was very good as well.
Jonathan Macri.
Coach, obviously you had Derrick Rose for his MVP season. Athletically, he's maybe not the same player that he was. But could you just talk a little bit about how he's matured over the last decade? And when he says something after the game like, my teammates allow me to play this way, what does that mean for you to hear?
Well, and that's the great value in him. Whether he was the MVP of the league at 22 or 10 years later, he's the same guy. He's always been a team first guy. And winning's always at the forefront. He's always been a great teammate. He's happy when other people have success. He's most happy when the team wins. And whether he scores 2 points or he scores 20 points, he's the same guy. And he's doing it a lot of different ways. I think, and I've mentioned this many times, if you look at his net rating, pro 48, when he's on the floor, what he's done with us is pretty remarkable. So, he adds a lot of value to winning, as does Taj. Our vets have been phenomenal for us. When you look at, what Alec and Reggie have done along with Elford, it's just, you need that type of performance to be a winning team. Our depth has been a big asset for us. And then, of course, what Julius has done speaks for itself. But RJ's having a terrific season. and Quick and Obi are really, Obi's really coming on. He's playing really well for us. And Quick has been terrific all year long as well.
Ian Bagley.
Yeah, Tom, we've highlighted, Julius's the shooting, especially from the perimeter, how he's having a career year. But also, you look at the assists, and you just watch the games, the way he's distributing the ball, finding his teammates. Was that a point of emphasis from you to him before the season when you guys got together for those workouts?
Well, I think it's a responsibility of every primary scorer is to understand, okay, you have the responsibility. There's, you're going to run your offense, through your primary scorers. And when the second defender comes, you have to make the right reads. You have to make the right plays. And he has been willing to do that from the start of the season. So, and I want all our players to do that. I want them to put the team first and put winning first. And that's the only way you can win. When you look at the teams that go deep into the playoffs, they're teams that are willing to share the ball and they read the defense correctly. The game tells you who's getting what shot. So if you're getting blitzed in the pick and roll, know what your outlets are and know what your reads are in order. If you get double teamed in the post, same thing holds true. Know when you're a primary option. When does that happen? When do you look for your shot first? And so that's all part of winning. And then it's important to take the right shots. As I said, the one thing that I think I'm most proud of as a team, these guys are playing for each other, and you've seen the quality of our three-point shots. They're not bad shots. They're all good shots. They're usually shots that are coming from a teammate making a play for somebody or making the extra pass. And those are great rhythm shots. It allows us to get a chance at a second shot. It also allows us to get our defense set. Everyone knows when it's coming.
Last question, Mike Borkanoff.
Tom, your offense has really kind of taken several steps up since Derrick Rose came to the team. Do you think that's a coincidence, or do you think it's fair to say that he's kind of been a catalyst for this offensive growth for you guys?
Well, I think, he's been a big part of it, but I also think you have to give credit to the other guys as well. I think RJ off the dribble, Quick off the dribble, Alec off the dribble, and then the willingness to make the extra pass by everyone, to pass up a good shot, to get a great shot, and just understanding, what your reads are and how to play winning basketball. I think the team deserves credit, and usually it stems from your best players doing that. If your primary scorers are sharing the ball and making the right plays, it makes everyone want to do that. And so that's the way we want to play. I think understanding from the beginning our defense, our rebounding, keeping our turnovers down, and then playing inside out, having the ball hit the paint. And when the ball hits the paint, make the right rim read, and then share the ball. And the game is pretty simple when you play it that way.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Derrick Rose is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Steph Bondi.
Hey, Derrick, I was wondering if you knew this was the 10-year anniversary of you winning the MVP and how crazy that just seems to you.
Yeah, I think my girl mentioned it to me earlier. She said she posted some stuff, but I mean, it's crazy. The story is crazy, but I'm just happy to still be here and playing decent basketball. So I'm very appreciative, and that's dope.
Steve Popper.
Derrick, you had a little rough stretch early in the fourth quarter, and Tibbs pulled you for Alec, and then Alec goes down right away, and you come back in. It seemed like you just picked your game up to another level right there. What did you see? What changed for you there?
Oh, man, I'm 32, bro. I'm 32, man. We get in at 4 o'clock in the morning. AB come out, right in the fourth, just trying to pick a spot. I was missing my typical, those are all the shots that I normally take. Tibbs gave me that break, and AB ended up getting hurt. So going back in, they was giving me the lane. They was playing over aggressive. Normally in the first half, it was giving me my shot, and they tried to switch up and be aggressive, and I was just finding ways to get to the basket.
Mike Borkanoff.
Derek, you keep mentioning, you know, I'm 32, I got to do this, I got to do that to like still play at the level that you are. And you're obviously playing well. I mean, at what age did you realize you have to kind of change your routine up and you need to do things differently than you did when you were like 23, 24 years old?
I mean, probably when I hit 27 or 28, but I didn't get my routine until, I built my routine around 27 to 28. And I had almost the same routine all the way until like now. I added a few more stretches, but the lady, Judy Settle, the lady that works for the Lakers right now, say the truth, she is really the only reason why I'm back in the league for real, as far as going to her. She was kind of like my therapist and my therapist and someone I could talk to while I was doing my therapy. And he worked with Kobe almost his entire career. And every summer until the Lakers actually asked her to come on the staff, I was with her. And around that time, that's when she was telling me about the fascia tissue and all that stuff under your skin that could link to a certain injury. So, shout out to Judy because without her, I wouldn't be here.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Derek. How amazing is it that you guys are 12-1 in your last 13 games? And also, how amazing is it that I saw fans here in Memphis wearing your University of Memphis jersey?
You know, it's super cool, man. Just to be on a winning team. It could have been a lot different. As long as the record, we got more wins than losses, I'm cool with it. And especially with the record that you put out, it's showing that we're doing something quite unique here. We're playing with urgency, or even in the first half, we're able to adjust, or in the second half, we're able to adjust. So we're reading the game. The coaching staff is doing a great job with talking to us and communicating with us. And we're just following behind. I mean, for a bench player, we're just following behind the starters, the Jew and the starters. They come out and set the tone. And as for the bench players, we talk along the sideline and see what the game needs. And before we get in the game, we already know how we're going to play. So we got to play a different way, than the first group, so that you're kind of thrown off by both of us coming at you different ways.
Ian O'Connor.
Derek, obviously over the years, it's always seemed that Tom has been a head coach that has gotten the very best out of you and your different stops together. What is it about your partnership that has made that, or just, elevated your game to the level that you played it with Tom as your head coach?
I know I said I thought about it for a while, and the only thing that I could think of is trust. Like, he knows how hard I fought to get back. He knows I'm a gym rat. He knows I'm a student of the game. He knows where my heart is at, and it's vice versa. Like, I know how much work he put into this craft. I know how he preps before every game, and we're seeing the results of it, where he came here, he had a great group, great young group. They're playing tremendously throughout the entire year. And me coming here, just trying to give them more confidence, or let them be vocal and let them know what I see on the floor. And it's working. But with Tibbs, that's somebody I can trust to the end. And I know that it's vice versa.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.
Julius Randle's here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Ian Bagley. Unmute Ian. Oh, there.
Sorry, Julius. Just 11-12 overall, and the way you guys are doing it. I mean, what do you think of what you guys have been able to do over this past 12 games?
It's been good. What we say we want. This is what we have to do. This is the step that we have to take forward, and we can keep building and getting better. It's good. I'm happy that we're doing it, but we can get better.
Steph Bondi.
Because you got Jokic next, and People think of him as the front runner for MVP now. We keep raising the bar for you. First, it was All-Star, now it was All NBA. But you've been getting some consideration for MVP. Do you think you belong in that conversation?
For sure. I'm not going to shy away from it. But for me, it's about getting better from game to game, improving as a player. I'm not focused on it. The praise obviously is great and everything. I'm not focused on it, but for me, I'm not worried about it. Just going to keep getting better, keep leading the team from game to game because, like I said before, our team, I feel like we can compete against anybody. So that's what it's about.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Julius, did you know that it was today was the 10-year anniversary of Derrick getting named the youngest MVP? And how crazy is it what he's doing for you guys 10 years later?
I saw it. Somebody posted highlights or something. I saw it. It is crazy. This MVP ever. But how he's matured and evolved as a player is an incredible thing to see as well. So for him to go through everything that he's gone through in his career, to be where he is now says a lot about who he is as a person. So it's been great.
Mike Vorkunov.
Julius, you mentioned the maturation for him. Like, what have you noticed? I mean, he was the MVP before you were even in the league, and now he's still playing, really high level, right? What have you taken away from the way that he prepares, the way that he plays, all those types of things that he does before he even gets on the court?
He just plays to win. He plays the game the right way. He knows who he is as a player. He knows how to get to the spots. I think he's even more skilled now than maybe he was back then. So he knows how to get to the spots. He knows how to finish well around the rim, get in the paint, and find, guys he knows everybody is on the floor. So, he's still a great player. People take it for granted, but he's still a great player.
Last question, Jonathan Macri.
Hey, Julius, just as far as the three-point shooting this year, do you get a sense that when you hit some of these more audacious threes, like the one in the corner tonight, that it's a pick-me-up for the rest of your team? And do you kind of get a sense that that's coming?
I don't know if it's a pick-me-up, but it's a shot that opens a lot of things up, not just for myself, but for my teammates. So I'll take it when it's there. I don't try to force it. I'm comfortable taking it, and it's just a testament to the work. So I don't know if it's a pick-me-up to answer your question on that. I appreciate
Thank you,
y'all.
Julius. Jonathan Macri.
Hey, Tosh, you were really battling against Jonas there tonight. Could you just talk about what it is about you that you're able to come in, 35 years old, start a game against a team like that, against a guy like that, and come through with big play after big play?
I've been doing this my whole career. I've been coming off the bench starting my whole career. So it's not anything new for me. I just let the game come to me. Just play. I've been doing this my whole career. Come off the bench starting 6-man my whole career.
Mike Vorkunov.
Taj, you've been able to see Derrick over the full arc of his career. Do you have an appreciation for how well he's playing now at this stage of his career and just what it's taken for him to keep doing it?
Well, he's just taking his time. You can tell he's just loving the environment first. It's a good environment. It's a family environment, so he's just in the right space, right space, and just making plays and doing what he has to do. There's no pressure. He's just going out there having fun and making the right plays. But you can tell every time he steps on the court, even in practice, he's having a lot of fun. He's always smiling. Even when we're in the locker room, he's always talking, real competitive. It's just an environment change for him. It's just been real good, and I'm happy for him.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, guys, next you got Jokic, who most people consider the front runner for MVP. What makes him so difficult? He's not the quickest guy, but he passes just as well as any center, right? I mean, what makes him so difficult to guard?
Well,
he's just really crafty. He has a really high IQ for the game. He lets the game come to him, but he's just multifaceted. You know, he can dribble, put it on the floor, shoot long range. You can use both hands in the post. A guy like that, you just gotta try your best to fight him on different occasions. Just knowing that he's gonna make some tough shots, but you just gotta keep playing. I think he's been having a great year. He's been doing this for a while now. It's good that he's getting the recognition, but I wouldn't sleep on Chris Paul just yet. I think he's doing a great job, by the way.
Mark Berman. Unmute Mark. Okay, welcome back. Mike Morganoff.
Where do you put Julius Randle in that MVP race you just handicapped?
Jules is at the top as well. We look at the body of work that Jules has been putting together on a night-to-night basis, just being real professional, growing every night, especially in the tough market. People understand how tough it is to play in New York and to bring a winning mentality back to the Knicks. People just got to give him his credit. And I'm saying that right now. Jules deserves credit as far as MPV race, MPV race. But yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Steph Bondy.
Hey, Taj, you have probably as unique as perspective as anybody on this roster in terms of players, just because you grew up rooting for the Knicks. You saw them during the heyday in the 90s. Does this add anything special to you that you are part of this kind of rejuvenating season that's kind of put the Knicks back on the map?
To be honest with you, I just give all my days to God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I pray a lot, but it always is like a surreal thing because I grew up watching the Knicks. I grew up watching them go deep runs late in the summers outside, and to finally go with a coach that was assistant coach, Jeff Van Gundy. And that's not all we talked about when I was in Chicago all the years, my first couple of years in the league. That was the one thing that we had in common was we always talk about Knicks. We talk about player personnel. We talk about how did it feel to win. And for Tibbs to come to New York and for me to be a part of this, it's just got to follow your road, your map in life. I can't explain it. I can't explain how I got here. I'm just blessed to be in this position. By the grace of God, and every day we fighting, and it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's real fun knowing that with a group of guys that you go in on a night-to-night basis, and everybody's cheering and everybody's fighting for one another, and it's real special. And I'm blessed to be in this position.
Thank you, Taj.
Thank you.